the distribution of equities across households, the top 10% of Americans own 88% of equities, 88% of the stock market. The next 40% owns 12% of the stock market. The bottom 50 has debt. They have credit card bills. They rent their homes. They have auto loans, and we've got to give them some relief. That I was struck by the statistic from last year.
That's the message right there. Just as a bystander, I'm like, wow, okay.
All right. Or that, I like the examples, and I was really struck by two different statistics last year. Summer of 2024, Americans took more European vacations than they had in history. Summer of 2024, more Americans were using food banks than they ever have in history. I went into two food banks near my hometown to ask, what's the story? And they said, it really takes, for a lot of people, it's a loss of dignity to walk in a food bank.
Of course.
But they were seeing a new phenomenon, that it wasn't their traditional clientele. It wasn't people who'd lost their homes. It wasn't people out on the street. These were working families who could no longer, $100 at the grocery store, that basket of groceries every week, they were missing 5, 6, 7 things, and they were coming to the food bank to top up. So, that's not a great America. Record European vacation, record food banks. And, no reason we can't keep the record European vacations going, but we got to take care of these other people.
This is the video I was talking about where he explains the Trump's Treasury person explains how we need relief, we need help in the working class. This is what I'm talking about. We're over here working hard day in and day out. Me, not necessarily right now, but I will be, and I have been before I lost my job. I didn't lose my job because I got laid off or anything. I lost my job because I pointed out. But we have been struggling. I want to feel like when I go to work, I do the job I don't want to do or whatever. But when I come out and I'm going to purchase stuff, or I want to feel like I can go to a baseball game. I want to feel like I can go to a football game. I want to feel like I can go places and not have to restrict of my spending habits. I can't, you know what I mean? I'm so tired of having to live minimalistically to survive. I'm not living minimalistic. I haven't been living minimalistically for the last 20 years of my life, or basically my whole working life. After I started getting older, after when I was younger, wasting things and whatever, but maturing and having more of a stable job and everything like that. So it's felt like I've had to live in it feels like I've been oppressed. That's what it feels like. It feels like I've been oppressed. It feels like I've been forced to live minimalistically, because if I didn't live minimalistically, then I would not survive. I would be homeless. I would be bankrupt. I wouldn't be able to pay my bills. And living minimalistically and not beyond your means is understandable. It's that's being responsible, but it's just dude, this is what I was saying. There's no carrot at the end of the stick. People just go to work because they feel like they have to. Of course, we have to go to work. We gotta pay bills, but when you go to work, you should feel like you're getting somewhere. What it feels like living in the as a working class person for the last 25 years of my life of being in the working class. It feels It feels stuck. And it doesn't even feel like I'm in neutral. It just feels like I'm slowly going, like I'm trying to go on the treadmill. I'm going, but I'm slowly going backwards. I'm not even. It's a slow decline, and it sucks. Who the hell wants to? Like, I have to be a slave to have a tiny, tiny bit extra. Not a lot extra, a tiny bit. Because not only am I not getting paid good enough from my employer, they don't really pay for health insurance, so I got to pay for that too. Car insurance goes up, so even if I'm responsible, I don't have anything I'm doing wrong or anything. I have to pay for all that, like other people's problems. I have to keep paying for, other people are sick and they're not taking care of themselves, so they're going to the doctor all the time, upping the prices. I have to deal with that. All that burden has been put on us, and we can't take it no more. We can't handle it no more. Like, we're tired. Look on YouTube. There's so many people who are at my level, or they might have like 10,000 followers or even like 80,000 followers, but like the lower channels, look for the lower channels if you could find them. I wish you can search by like follower count. Another thing too, I was like searching through my Facebook pictures and I don't understand why they don't have it labeled by year. So it'd be easier to go through things. It's just like you have to like, it's just stupid, but that was annoying to me. But it's so hard to keep the motivation to keep moving forward when you feel like you're just going backwards and it doesn't matter. And it shouldn't feel like that. It shouldn't be like that. You go to work every day, you're being productive, you should be rewarded for your hard work. And it doesn't feel like we've been rewarded at all. It feels like we keep on getting screwed over. These people who are really well off, they don't know how it feels. They think that like, yeah, we're in America and like everything's going good. They probably feel like everybody is rich. And they don't realize like the working class, man, the people how can you it's so crazy that this society treats the people who keep this thing moving forward, who do all the dirty jobs to keep this thing moving forward. Whether you go to a baseball game and somebody's a vendor, somebody's selling some type of merchandise that you can buy. Like, somebody has to do that job that they probably don't get paid much for. It's a low status job, man. So like, it's just like seeing like jobs leave this country, and then seeing like illegals come here, and then like using our tax dollars to put these people in fancy hotels and give these people like $1,000 credit cards or prepaid cards or whatever. It's a slap in the like, that was like the ultimate slap in the face. Like, what like, this is why I hate them. They picked the illegals over the working class. They picked them over us. And it's like, dude, man, like, people, do you understand? People are going to get violent because they feel like fuck you, man. Like, you don't people are really fucking pissed off. They don't show it, but you can tell that a lot of people are like frustrated on my level because we're doing the right things. And we see the government taking our money, the government takes a bunch of taxes out, and then they waste our money on stupid crap. It's like, rich people, listen, if you want to worry about like gender studies for another country or try to spread that crap, use your own money. Stop using my money, dude. And yes, rich people, you should be paying more than us. You're rich. What the hell, man? Like, how much do you people really need? Like, damn, man. Like, I seen a post by Peter Schiff, the gold bug guy, the guy that owns a gold business, and he hates Bitcoin because gold probably should be over 5 grand right now, but since the creation of Bitcoin, it's definitely ate into that. Yeah, Bitcoin. I mean, gold should probably be over 5 grand for sure. Silver should probably be over $50 right now, but crypto is definitely eating into that. But he was saying like he tweeted something like, um, there's a 31% tariff on yachts. And he's trying to say like, oh, we're gonna lose tax to like, oh no, rich people have to pay more. Like I'm sitting here arguing with people. I'm trying to tell people, I'm like, listen, man, the tariffs are for new things. I know if you're watching any of my last videos, like I've been saying this, but like the tariffs aren't for used products; they're for new products that come in here from different countries. We have products here. It's like these people that are out of touch with reality, these rich people or these leftists, these Democrats. Well, I think the Democrats are pushing a narrative, but we have Facebook Marketplace, we have thrift stores, we have eBay. We don't have to buy everything new. You know what I mean? Some things, yes, you have to get some new things, but it's just like we don't have to buy. And if you, that's your choice. That will be your choice. If you want to buy a $75 Nike shirt because it's brand new over a $10 Nike shirt you might find at the thrift store, that's on you, man. That's on you. That's your choice. Because you want to look cool for every, like, I don't know, like you're in high school or whatever. So what has to happen is people at my level are used to this, man. We're used to trying to find deals. We're used to trying to bargain shop or pay for the cheap thing, or not get the, like, these tariffs will affect us for sure. Like, especially like there's going to be job loss. There's going to be small business, are some of these people that can't listen. Like, if you have a small business and you can't pivot your business to do different things, kind of like, you kind of have to, like, if you have a small business, you kind of have to be like a Gen Z person nowadays. If you want to keep your business, you have to find different ways of income to keep that thing going, not just one type of income. Like, whatever you got to do, sell some different products. I don't know what the hell they do. That's why I don't want to have a business, man. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that responsibility, because, like, that's what I would do. I would have a business that has multiple incomes. I'm not going to rely on one source of, it's not going to be one thing that my business would do. If I had a small business, I would do multiple things. It's diversifying what your business does. And if something doesn't work, you abandon it and try something different. You do what you have to do, man. You know what I mean? So, like, if you can't run a business right, you shouldn't be in business. Like this guy Dave Portnoy, he says he's down 7 million. He doesn't know anything, doesn't know the tariffs. Like, yeah, probably. Hey, listen, man, you probably shouldn't be investing if you don't. Number one, have the balls. Number two, if you're not paying attention, like, at least have some understanding or have somebody help you out. So, like, you only take losses if the stocks of the companies you're invested in go bankrupt or you sell. The stock market's going to go back up. It's not going to sit. It might take a couple days. It might take a couple years. Who the hell knows? So, like, yeah, that's why, like, when you're in that position, you have cash. You have enough cash to be able to pay. If you leveraged debt to buy those stocks or something, like a lot of people use debt to you don't overextend yourself. You don't get too greedy. Like, what I was trying to say is, like, in my position, I don't have any type of income coming in. I had to rely on my assets. I had to sell some assets. I seen some assets and I'm like, I need this money, and this money might not be how high it is right now at $5,000. It might be $900 when I need it. I know I'm probably gonna need this cash, and if I don't, then I don't. You know, it's there if I need it. That's how people. You should have like a padding, some type of cash padding, that you feel comfortable, that can sustain you for a while until you can get more revenue coming in. If you're not making any type of revenue, and that's basically what I did. So you don't have to sell the rest of your assets, or whatever. So, not to say that, like, you know, I might have to sell my assets. I might have to sell all of my assets. I might have to. But for the time being, what happened to me in my life, and what Dave Portnoy he should have been good. He should be fine if the stocks go down. You know, when I got into crypto when it was like $17,000 in like 2020 or 2021. In that time frame, around 2021 or something, 22, I seen crypto go up to 66 grand. I'm like, yes, that's cool. Heck yeah. Then it dropped down to 16 grand. And when it did that, you know, I pretty much just left it alone. You know, I just stopped thinking about it. I moved on with my life. Did I sell it? No, I just left it. I just like, I'm holding it. I'm just going to leave it. See what happens. Well, that's what you should be able to do. Like, the people who look at the market every single day are like day traders or whatever. Like, if you're not like day trade, like, you shouldn't really feel like you have to look at it all the time. I really don't look at crypto all the time. You know, I'll go on X or whatever, and you know, people, if Bitcoin was to bust out like I incorrectly predicted it would, I thought that Bitcoin had a chance to go into the millions. I thought, like, since Trump announced the Bitcoin reserve, I thought that Bitcoin had a good chance to like have FOMO, to have these countries start buying it up. They haven't, I guess. And then the price starts going up. It starts going up. And then all of a sudden, like, rich people see that, it starts going up. Oh shit, here's highs. Here's some new all-time highs. 120,000, 200,000. Okay, here comes, oh man. Yeah, well, the stock market's not doing good. I'm going to put some money in Bitcoin right now because I ain't got no Bitcoin. There's a lot of rich people that don't have their money in Bitcoin right now, man. And that is the wealth transfer that I was waiting for. I felt like I've been having my wealth taken from me for the last 25 years. I feel like I've been living in some type of recession, being in the class I'm at, or some type of depression type of feeling. I'm not saying that's what what it is. I'm saying that's what it's felt like. It's felt like we've been down. Even during the Trump presidency, it wasn't as bad. It was going up. It felt like there was some relief coming, but before and after, it's felt like that. It's felt like I'm barely scraping along. I'm just trying to survive. That's what I never. Why do you think I never invested in my 401k? Because I couldn't afford to. It was like, I need this money for my bills right now. That's putting food on the table is more important than me worrying about my retirement. I need to make sure my kids are taken care of right now. And it wasn't because like I was like going on extravagant vacations, you know, stuff like that, but yeah, it's just ridiculous how things are, man. And I thought that like Bitcoin was going to, you're just going to see all these, FOMOing into Bitcoin, but I was wrong. I was wrong. Um, I mean, it still could happen, but like, I, I don't know. I think that people are really worried right now, really afraid, and Bitcoin's a risky asset, but it is a high risk, high reward asset. I don't even feel it as a high risk asset. I feel for me, this is my opinion. This is not financial advice. I feel like gold's a more risky asset. I feel like silver or like owning rentals is a more risky asset than me having Bitcoin, because I look at Bitcoin as like internet money. That's what I look at it like. We might not do like basic transactions with Bitcoin, but like, I mean, AI might start using Bitcoin. I don't know. I heard some things about AI using Bitcoin. Um, so like we don't know what's going to happen. Like that's the thing is you have all these people, including myself, saying what we think could happen. But we really don't know what the tariffs are going to do. But I do know that the tariffs are going, they should affect people who are well off more than us, because we can't afford shit anyway. We haven't really been able to afford anything anyway. So why the you think that I'm going to sit here making hardly any money? You think I'm going to care about buying an iPhone? No, I'll buy a used one. I'll buy a used one from a different American. I don't, like a phone or whatever, or a TV. Like, I don't, like, if you want, go ahead. If you have the money, but like, a lot of Americans are, especially at my level, are just going to start buying things used, and they should. There's nothing wrong with that. The stigma is like, people at my level are just looked down like we're scum of the earth, because if you want to use something used, you are garbage. That's how we were looked at. That's how people are looked at. You like go into a thrift store, and then like, you know, somebody sees you that from work or something, like, oh, there's like, you're poor, man. Like, maybe not. Maybe I'm frugal. And who knows? But like, there's the stigma of like having to use things. But like a lot of people at my level are just gonna go. What I'm saying is, a lot of people at my level are going to go ahead and start buying used things if they need something before they buy something brand new from a different country. That's what's going to happen. We are more pragmatic. We don't have to pretend like we're like perfect people, like these rich people act like they're flawless and they have to have everything perfect. We don't have to live like that. They do. So like, this tax is on them. They want their new stuff. They want their new yachts. They want their new phones. They want their new TVs, their new cars, whatever. Well, that's on you to pay extra. That's on you. That's not on us. The Democrats are lying. Like, I can't even believe anything that they say. Anything that Democrats say, I automatically just want to go against them. And I wasn't like that. I wasn't like that. But at this point, from everything I've seen from these people, what they do is anything that Trump is for, they automatically go against. Automatically. And that's not the mindset I tried to have. But at this point, after what I've seen with these people, and I see how radical they are, they screw us over. They have screwed us over many times. Democrats wanted to release the Green River Killer because of COVID. What communities do you think the Green River Killer would be living in if he got released during COVID? I heard Boston or Massachusetts just released some cannibal who killed somebody with an axe. And where do you think he's going to be living? You think he's going to be living in these like luxurious mansion places, or even like where these McMansions, upper middle class? No, he's going to be living at my level. So like, Democrats don't care because it doesn't affect them. Their communities are well off. Like this one lady, this judge ruled that some like Venezuelan or some illegal that was a gang member, like we had to bring him back or something like that. And it's like, oh, then we'll put him in your house. You take care of him. No, we want to let him out because like our feelings, it makes us feel so good. But it's just like the March to this Vineyard. If anyone remembers, so like when Biden said surge the border or like flood the border, just come to the border basically, that put a lot of pressure on the border states to be able to take care of these people. So they have to have revenue to be able to take care of these people. When you have these people like Biden or these Democrats in these northern states saying, come on, like they're egging it on or they wanting to happen. And some of them might have been paying for it. Who the hell knows? Somebody's paying for these people to come here. Probably the Soroses, but like, they don't have to deal with it. They don't have to spend their state tax dollars on that problem. The problem doesn't affect them because they're insulated. So what did Texas do? They started technically breaking the law by trafficking people. Well, what are you supposed to do? How are we supposed to take care of these people? You people want them. You're a sanctuary city. We're sending them to you. Chicago, New York. You want them. You think about it. You do. And then guess what? Their resources were like eviscerated because of it. And then they were complaining about it. But this is what you wanted. You're supposed to be a sanctuary city. What are you complaining about? Oh, it's hard, huh? Oh, reality sucks, huh? Yeah, we only have so much resources, right? Same with Texas. Do you think that they have infinite resources? Do you think that Arizona has infinite resources? Like, these people don't live in reality at all. And that's why I just like despise these people at this point. And at this point I'm starting to just like, I'm off and on about big content creators, like it just depends on the day. I think a lot of big content creators, they just let me down, you know what I mean? I feel like they should be doing more. When I'm looking at people like Michael Saylor, and he's like the face of Bitcoin, and he should be going to different countries and like trying to get them to do crypto reserves. That's what they should be doing, but they just make videos. It's like, what are you doing? You have that type of clout. You should be out doing something, but you're just making videos. Make your videos cool, but like you should be getting out there trying to do something. And I just feel like most content creators, big content creators, all they do is they just do what they do for money. They don't really care about the cause. Like if they, I'm seeing people like Charlie Kirk just debate anybody out, and I'm like, dang, that dude is doing something. He's actually doing something in person and stuff like that, interacting with regular people. What is these other big content creators doing? Like that, what I'm saying? It's like, what are these rich people doing? What are they doing to give back? Donald Trump and Elon Musk are like donating basically their time to help fix the government. What is all these other rich people doing? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm just going to keep siphoning money from the middle class and then saying like, like whatever, just going to keep taking and giving nothing back. Like, how is that sustainable, dude? I just want rich people to wake up. I don't want communism. I don't want socialism. I don't want the government to redistribute money because it's very inefficient. I want rich people to wake up and do it themselves because they care about their future, because they care about their kids' future, because they don't want to live in a fucking future similar to what happened to Haiti. Because they don't want to live in the future similar to what happened to the people in the French, the people in France when they had the French Revolution. That's what they don't live in reality. People can only take so much. It costs too much for car insurance. It costs too much to have a car. It costs too much to maintain your car. It costs too much for like gas for your car. It costs too much to have a car nowadays. Too much. It's not freedom. It doesn't feel like freedom to me. I don't feel like I have enough money. I can just go drive wherever the hell I want. That's where a lot of people are. And people are way worse off than me. People are way worse off. Man, I feel like I'm like one of the top 50% that are like doing like of the people living check to check. I'm not even in that because I'm not living check to check. But what I'm saying is like for me, I'm like right there though. I'm like right there. I'm right there. Like I'm not by the 10%, I'm more by the bottom 50%. And that's where it is. Bottom 50%, top 10%. And in between, that is dwindling. It's dwindling to some of them go to the top, the rest come down to us. That's the evisceration of the middle class. There's not going to be no middle class no more. You think that people are just going to keep working for nothing forever? Forever. Like, that is unsustainable. We cannot keep doing what we've been doing forever. We have to innovate. We have to change things up. That's it. I've made a lot, you know, but like, I hope, you know, so like, yeah, like I can definitely make my videos more interesting. I can edit my video. This is why, but I don't because I don't have a lot of viewers. If I had more viewers, I can do more animated things, more cool things with the videos. But like, you know, do better lighting, maybe get a better camera. But like, what's the point? Like, you know, I got like 9 people watching my videos. Usually, like probably average like 9, 10 people watching my videos, which is better than 0. But like it doesn't, it's not, it takes my time to make videos and edit videos, and it doesn't. I just need like more of an incentive, you know what I mean, to want to go out, you know, add videos or even cooler is like to put a video up and I'm like sitting here in the bottom, kind of reacting. Figuring out that technology or whatever, because I have to go to CapCut and I have to do this, I have to load this, I got to do that, I got to download this, battery's dying on my I just use my phone for this. Like, I don't see any point for me to do anything fancy when I'm at my level. I'm not gonna do extra. It's not gonna do anything to make me get more viewers. So there's like, you know, I could do more. I could put more in the description and stuff like that, but it's just, and the people like, hey, if the people that watch my videos, please don't take offense to what I was saying about like you don't matter or something. Like I appreciate your support. I try to comment. I try to like, you know, engage. So like, it's nothing against you. I'm not trying to hate you. I'm not trying to act like I'm ungrateful for your support or listening. I'm not. But you could probably understand what I'm talking about. You know, but that's it. Thanks.